Okay, so what's up guys? Basically today I'm going to be showing you how to win 4 versus 5, and with Season 3 starting like pretty much today, I figured this was a good time to release this kind of video, as I'm sure a lot of you are going to be getting into situations where you will be 4v5 and you don't want to really lose, but a lot of the time 4v5 you don't really have a choice. So we're starting this game at 14 minutes into it. Our Lux just died by Master Yi on the tower and then left the game, so it's going to be 4v5 from here on out. I'm playing Graves with Tarek, and we have a Kha'Zix and a Wukong on our team. Now, I'm 3-3 with 100 scoop kills, pretty much average to misfortune. Master Yi was beating the Lux mid, and Wukong is doing pretty well at 4-1 top. Now, we have the kind of team composition. I think when you play 4 vs 5, it's really important to have the kind of team composition that actually allows you to win 4 vs 5. Because why Graves Tarek especially works 4 vs 5 is because it allows you to instant kill somebody basically. So you sort of level the game out quickly to 4 vs 5. And you level it out to 4 vs 4, and then by doing that, it allows you to sort of outplay your opponents 4 vs 4, even though you don't have like, obviously if you use Tarek and Grey's Ultimate and everything on somebody, you sort of lack that, but it allows you to outplay the opponent by positional awareness and just split pushing it in general. So hopefully I'll be able to show you how to win this game. And Wukong especially, I think is actually a really good hero for this kind of thing, because quite often in this game, you'll see that the decoy, especially, and the ultimate from Wukong, like really makes winning possible, basically, because you can split push and not die. Because playing against lesser players, it's quite easy with Wukong to sort of dupe people with decoy, where you use the ability, but you don't actually use the ability. You just kind of stand still, and then they run past you, as you'll see actually happens quite often in this game, which I find quite amusing. So here, the general strategy when you don't have a mid player is that your jungle should take mid experience, obviously, because you want him to be strong enough to be able to, like, you don't get enough experience from the jungle. Basically, if you combine jungle and mid, you get insane experience, and you can catch up pretty quickly to the mid laner, as long as he's roaming and doing whatever. And you want to just split push people down. Like, as much as I'm probably going to die, it doesn't mean anything, because as long as you're split pushing and actually sort of wasting their time really, and they're not going to be farming, that's what you want to do. So here, Master Yi tries to kill me, we kite back a bit, meditate, can't kill a Master Yi with meditate, I get bandaged by a Mimu, flash out of it, and Master Yi jumps on and kills. Now, we lost a Tarek here, and then Master Yi tries to kill me and doesn't achieve it. But it's all good, because our Kha'Zix is sort of taking their blue off, Wukong's taking red, ready to split push top. And losing a Tarek for 4 people bottom lane when it's 4 vs 5 is obviously a really good thing, because they're just wasting time basically. I don't know how else to describe it apart from they're wasting time. Like, if they were smart right now, they would try and 5-man Baron, because you can't really win 4 vs 5 if they try and 5-man Baron. But a lot of people don't realise that, and instead of taking key game objectives like Dragon, they should have took Dragon from that for sure, because why would you not take Dragon 4 vs 5? It's a lot of gold and a lot of experience for free. And we're ahead on gold right now, but if they took Dragon, they would have caught up a little bit. Maybe not enough, but sort of enough to, like, why would you not take Dragon, basically? I don't know. I can't make sense of it in my own head why they wouldn't have taken Dragon there, but they didn't take Dragon, which is good for us because, you know, all the gold helps. So, you notice here I bought a second BF sword instead of a Phantom Dancer, and that is simply because, like I said earlier, I want to instant kill somebody in the Graves Turret combo. If you don't know the Graves Turret combo, I have a video on it. Go and watch it, because it's the easiest way, in my opinion, to duo Q and gain elo, or even just solo Q as Graves and make your support play Tarek. It's extremely strong. I can't really point out enough how strong it is. So here we catch Lux, and we probably won't get a kill. Master Yi's coming behind us, Mumu's coming behind us. Scary situation. Don't know how that almost didn't hit me, but it didn't. And basically I'm just going to go for a kill here, and I'm going to die. Oh well. And now, you're probably watching this thinking, this looks really bad. And yes, it does look bad. But here, we're pinging Wukong because I'm not really sure what he was doing. Like, we had everybody bottom lane, but he sort of ran around and didn't really achieve much, and then went to the blue buff and take the blue buff. But he could have been pushing top lane versus a level 11 Pantheon, and honestly, he probably could have got a second tower here. So here, we had a big discussion in team chat about, okay, if we want to actually win this game, what we need to do now is you need to be top lane 24/7, and you're probably strong enough to 1v2 Pantheon and who's their jungle and Moo. you're probably strong enough to 1v2 because this Mumu is not building health, and this Pantheon hasn't really built much health apart from Phage. So our strategy here was Wukong stays top lane no matter what. He has double buff, so he should be strong enough to 1 versus 2. And in theory, we can 2 versus 3 as Grace Tarek. So if we get kills, then we can push towers. And honestly, 4 versus 5, the whole goal really, this is a long-winded explanation for this, and I'm sorry for that, but the whole goal of 4 versus 5 is to get one inhibitor down. Because once you get one inhibitor down, it allows you to make plays all around the map. Because you have constant vision of, like, so example, if we get this inhibitor bottom lane, we have constant vision of somebody on their team that's going to be in bottom lane having to clear the wave. Because if you get an inhibitor down, it causes so much pressure on the map that, like, if you, for example, get bottom inhibitor and then you want to get top inhibitor as well, but it is still 4 versus 5 and you haven't got a kill, if you go for top inhibitor, you make people out of place and you can get a peak pretty easily. So here we catch Lux, I get the kill, pretty simple. Exhaust comes down into MF, I'm attacking, so I have Bloodthirster obviously. Get the MF kill as well. Trying to attack me with Kite, this Mass DE doesn't really work, Alpha Strike comes out, oh well. But now here, like I said, we're getting top lane push. They're going to get this tower, and this is actually like, I got 2 kills and I died, that's still worth it, 2 kills for a death. But we also got a tower for it, and they lost some players, and honestly this Wukong's pretty damn strong right now. So they might even go for another tower here. Yep, they're going for another tower. This Pantheon cannot do anything to stop them because he's so weak. And Ignite comes down, Ormo comes down from Wukong, Ignite on Pantheon, and Wukong gets the kill. Master Yi comes and tries to do something, but honestly, to deceive, and you ain't gonna kill a Master Yi that has Meditate. This isn't Season 3 yet. Well, it is, I guess. This is an old replay because League replay doesn't work right now. Season 2 replays. This is before the Master Yi Meditate nerf. But so here, this is what we're talking about. The decoy juke was pretty strong there, and this is what makes Wukong a really good 4 versus 5 player. And then he does the jukes back, flashes over the wall, which is actually a really good flash. I'd like to talk more about that flash in a later video, I guess, because I really actually like that flash. And decoy again into the Tarek's on a Master Yi, and Wukong gets out. So I think if that was another top laner, that he'd have had a lot more trouble, sort of like living there. But because it's Wukong, you know, he can do a lot of stuff and get kills. So what's going on in this game right now? Master Yi's got a Zhonya's, that's scary when you're 4 versus 5, because if you risk blowing everything, yeah, it doesn't turn out well. Pantheon comes in for a massive jump here, just gets 2 kills, I would imagine. And I'm pushing bottom lane, as I said before, as an AD carry. If you don't know what's going on, you don't want to win team fights, and you don't think you can win team fights, push the bottom lane. So I'm close to an Infinity Edge as well. I really want to get an Infinity Edge, but I know there's no real way I can beat this Misfortune because she's a pretty good player, honestly. And she has close to, if not the same items as me. Well, probably not in gold. I'd imagine we're pretty close. Yeah, so I'm about 1,000 ahead. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to tower dive Misfortune. I'm going to try by the looks of it because I think I have to make plays. So I do miss everything and then die. So that was a really bad play from me, and I could see it coming ahead that I was not going to come out like ahead there. If I didn't miss everything, honestly, I probably would have done. But that was a really nice flash from here on the tower, and I didn't use my flash because, yeah, I was dead there. So I died, and I mean, I don't want to say that I shouldn't have died there, but honestly, the way I thought about it was I either all in and get a kill on Misfortune for my Ignite, or my, what don't even Ignite? I either all in and try and get a kill on Misfortune with QR, or I try and recall, and obviously when I tried to recall, she stopped me, and they had people coming down, so I was going to die either way. So I thought, I might as well only give the gold to Misfortune and make the other 2 people that came down waste their time, rather than pushing this mid tower, which they should have done probably. So now I have Infinity Edge Bloodthirster. That's a pretty strong standing point to be at. We'll fast forward a little bit because not a lot is actually going on right now. Tarek's warding up their jungle because that's another thing. When you're playing 4 versus 5, having wards is like, it's absolutely crucial because it allows you to get pick-offs that you should never really get. And honestly, when you can see people like this, you see we see here, oh look, they're sitting at the red buff. That's an interesting thing to be doing. And now obviously we're here, so we want to make plays, but I'm going to pause super quick. Talking about this situation, okay. We see 2 people here, so we know 2 people are here. We've seen a Mimi run past from this ward, and we have an idea that Misfortune's here because she was sort of killing creeps around here. Now we have Wukong and we have Kha'Zix top. Now, a lot of people would think, well, there's no way you can do anything 2 versus 4, right? But it's not about winning 2 versus 4, it's about causing confusion in the opponent's team. Now, we see them recalling, so the first thing we want to do here is to stop them recalling, because honestly, Master Yi is not going to be able to kill these 2 people, and it's not even going to stop them getting the tower probably. So if we can stop these 4 people recalling, even if we get 2 kills and we both die, it's still worth it. So I'm going to unpause the game and see what goes on. Now again, we know things are happening here, so we're trying to bait. We know it's 4 versus 2. Here's what I'm talking about. Amumu comes in, gets Tarek grazed. Tarek's going to die. I just want to throw screen to try and waste more time again. Again, this is about wasting time. It's not about anything else. So Tarek almost dead. We get the tower here because, like I said, Master Yi cannot stop them getting the tower. And honestly, we lost the Tarek for a tower. Worth it. And then we're hitting the inhibitor still. Inhibitor's getting low. Go for the kill on Master Yi. It's probably a wrong choice. And then we have to run away. So instead of actually hitting the inhibitor here, we might have got the inhibitor. Going for the kill on Master Yi was not the best idea. Kha'Zix falls down. And we're sort of back to... We got half HP in the tower. That's okay. 4 versus 5, can't really complain. So here Pantheon jumps in. Not really sure why. I'm a lot stronger than him right now. Tries to kill me. Interesting. But not really going to happen. Again, another mistake the enemy team here that has allowed me to win this game is that none of them actually built armor apart from Misfortune. And Misfortune, well, I guess they have an Aegis, but I don't really count that as armor. And I guess they have a Zhonya's, but again, don't really count that as armor. But I'm not really sure why Pantheon hasn't got any armor. Let's just leave it at that, really. I described that pretty bad, but I'm sure you know what I mean. So here Master Yi tried to do a split push, got shut down. And I guess I'm going to buy a Quicksilver Sash. I bought a Zeal. Okay, I was wrong. Wonder why I bought that Zeal. I think looking back on this game, I would have actually bought a Quicksilver Sash. Because getting out of a Mumu's Ultimate or Lux's stun, Pantheon's stun is probably more beneficial than a Zeal. So they've actually took us over in gold here, 37.7 to 37.2. 4 versus 5, that's not a good sign at all. But I don't know, how much gold did Lux have? She had 5k. So really, it's more like 37 to 32 because there's 5,000 gold here that's just not being used at all. So here again, you can't kill Master Yi unless you have some strong burst. He makes a mistake here by stopping to meditate, and we see him. Tarek gets a stun. Master Yi actually uses splash. I crit twice, and buckshot kills. This is what now. 4 versus 5. If you get a pick off like that, Master Yi is dead here for 40 seconds. You really have to make something happen. We know there's a top inhibitor free, and honestly, this is sort of our way into winning the game. Once someone makes a mistake and you can capitalize on it with an inhibitor, it's absolutely massive. Now, obviously, you still have to play well, and I guess we'll see how this team fight goes. I'm gonna hit the inhibitor because obviously, if I die for inhibitor, I think it's a good trade. So I'm gonna just like go retard on the inhibitor. You'll see here, I will not stop hitting this inhibitor until it's dead, even though I should stop. I'm still gonna hit the inhibitor. Still hitting the inhibitor. Still hitting it. The inhibitor dies, and then we can play the game. So get onto Lux. Wukong gets a kill. Get 2 kills. Lux gets a 3rd. Triple kill for me. Attacking. Bookshot. Quadra kill. Or was it a quadra kill? No, because Wukong stole my kill. Scumbag. And then, so we got inhibitor and we got 4 kills off that Master Yi kill. I can't like describe how big that was. And then we catch the Master Yi actually here, and his Zhonya is my buckshot. Makes me sad. Smoke screen so we can't alpha strike out into creeps. Exhaust because why not? I guess might as well use everything. Attack. I crit, and then Master Yi goes down. So we have everyone dead here. Now we have 10 seconds-ish average on these people. We don't really have enough time to get Baron, which is unfortunate, because getting Baron actually evens out 4 versus 5 quite a lot. Now I guess we'll fast forward a little bit, because you don't want to watch him buy items. I completed my Phantom Dancer. Again, I think I should have built a Quicksilver Sash, but I guess Negatron Cape is going into Quicksilver Sash. But I don't really think I needed the Phantom Dancer for damage right now. So maybe that was a bit of a mistake by me. But it's hard to say because it won the game. But yeah. So obviously 12-6 with 200 creep kills in these items. Misfortune's still pretty strong, but I'm feeling really confident right now because I think Graves has the potential to just do a lot of stuff, I guess. He's not like let's think out. If I played Cogmore this game, I think I would have relied too much on my team and wouldn't be able to make plays that I made because he doesn't have the burst damage that Graves has. Graves' burst damage is honestly ridiculous. Like, I'm surprised it hasn't been nerfed yet, even though it has been nerfed a couple of times, but I'm surprised it hasn't been nerfed sort of more than it's been nerfed. So here, Pantheon jumps in. I kind of bugged the sound, but Pantheon's going to jump in, and we're going to insta-kill him, I'd imagine, because, yeah, we'll see what happens. Whoever comes in this bush is probably going to die. Or I'm lying. Okay, Wukong appears. This is good. I'm doing damage. Attacking. Probably going to dash up here because I don't want to get killed by Master Yi. Yep, so the dash up comes. Wukong's sort of doing a cleanup here. We get 2 kills. It's going to get ignited. Almost dies. Yeah, there's a death. So we got 2 kills for 3 deaths. That was not a good fight for us at all. That really screwed us over. However, look at their top. This is what I'm talking about getting an inhibitor. Like, they can't really, like, if they didn't have this inhibitor dead and they still had this tower, they could capitalize really hard off getting them kills. They could have possibly recalled and rushed Baron, or they could have pushed this tower, or they just could have done a lot more stuff if they didn't have this inhibitor up, because they forced somebody to go defend, and if Misfortune has to go defend, they don't really have a lot of tower damage. You'll see here Master Yi is actually going to try for this tower, and I'm not really sure it's going to work out for him, because Master Yi with AP doesn't really hit towers like super hard. It still does work, but okay, I'll just walk past the Master Yi in the bush. That wasn't good play, but we'll see what goes on, I guess. Is he really going to stand here? So we walk past the Master Yi in the bush. It's interesting. Again, we still want to split push. We don't really want to team fight, so I'm telling Wukong probably here to go top again, or go mid. I'd imagine it's top. And we want to back off. Okay, so run away. Good plan. Yeah, we're running because we need Tarek to do anything, and Tarek is caught up with this Panther. Okay, maybe we don't need it because I somehow killed Master Yi. I want to rewatch that because I don't think it's fair to not watch that again. Let's actually see what happens here. I've not completed Quicksilver Slash, so I'm not even sure how I killed anybody here. Okay, so I get Alpha Strike on, ignite him quickly, and my damage is just absurd by the looks of it. Ignite because obviously it stops Meditate 50% and you get a kill. So there's 3 people down here, and they just kill Pantheon. I'm kiting pretty well, can't really get a kill. So I've got 3 people trapped here, they're going for the mid I guess. Yeah, so Wukong here is going for mid, and Tarek is going for the base towers because he's a man. I actually like this play more, and obviously here I'm stopping people recalling. I'm probably going to die for it, but if I pick a Mimo up it's worth it. So I picked a Mimo up so they can't defend, and now there are 2 people stuck here, and Wukong is pushing mid tower, and Tarek is pushing base towers because, like I said again, it's a man. Look at this pink skin, it's a proper man, and he's going to get this base tower actually. So we got a base tower, and we got this tower, and we got an inhibitor from that, because if you split the enemy team up, this is what I'm saying. Like, even though me and Kha'Zix died, it didn't really matter because we split the enemy team up and stopped them and made them waste time when they shouldn't have been chasing us in the first place. Now, obviously, this isn't going to work against higher elo players because they're not going to fall for the baits, I guess, of how much bait has gone in this game is really stupid. For example, when there was 4 people here sitting around, we baited them into it, and then we got top inhibitor almost for it. They wouldn't fall for that, and they would just play a solid game. Because honestly, if you just play a solid game and have 1 person top, 1 person mid, 2 people bottom and jungle, like, even if you carry doing that onto, if you carry on doing that, even like 30 minutes into the game, you don't really allow yourself to ever lose. Because honestly, like, you force Kha'Zix to take mid lane, and then he's going to lose to Master Yi mid lane, and then you have a jungler to gank any lane, so you automatically make any lane 1 versus 2. And yeah, it's just the better way to play 4 versus 5. So here, obviously, they did make mistakes, but this is how to capitalize on mistakes. So hopefully, you can use this in some of your games. So here, we're actually going to fight 4 versus 5. I have my Quicksilver Slash complete, so I guess we'll see how this turns out. Master Yi here really makes a mistake. You can't be here as Master Yi. Like, this Master Yi is a good player, don't get me wrong, he won mid pretty hard, still has the most quick kills in the game apart from Misfortune. But Alpha striking onto a Graves, who has a Quicksilver Sash and a Bloodthirster, so the regen's going to come out, which is not smart at all. Because look how far away he is from his team, it's way too far. So here I get the dash, do a lot of damage to Master Yi, he flashes over, I miss my ultimate because of flash, and then we have to back off. Wukong goes in, gets a nice ultimate, I'm going to just kite I guess, just kiting here. Attack Makai, get 1 kill. Pantheon's probably going to die here as well if I play this right. 2 kills because I get a crit, that was pretty lucky. And still kiting. They can't really push this tower, I'm just pretty strong right now. and Wukong's still alive. Wukong did a good job living there actually. I'm surprised he didn't die. And now it's 2 versus 3. I'm attacking Misfortune here. I don't think I can beat Misfortune. No, I can't beat Misfortune. There's no way. I'm gonna have to recall. But that's okay because Wukong's gonna be here. And like I said it before, look at the pressure on their base. Top inhibitor's getting smashed up. Bottom tower's getting smashed up. They can't capitalize at all on the fact that they've just won a team fight. Well, I say one, but it was 2 for 2. But I'd still say that's 1 when you 5 versus 4 because you have 3 players alive when the enemy only has 2. So here, I think I made the call that, you know what, their base is under so much pressure, let's just try and get Baron, because I felt like at this point of the game, the gold was still even. Like I said, we're down 5k, so we don't actually have a Lux. And I thought at this point we needed something big that would push us through the game. So I'm presuming here we try for a Baron. I'm going to fast forward and actually see. And I guess we don't actually try for a Baron. Okay, that's interesting. I thought we'd try for Baron, but I guess it's too risky. And instead we go for a 5 versus 5 team fight, which I'm not sure about at all. But I guess it works out somehow. I get jumped on here. Looking at me in this situation, I have no clue how I didn't die. And if I did die, I have no clue how we actually won. But I guess we'll see how this plays out. So I did actually die. And I guess we just have such a tanky team that they sort of win 3v3. I'm not really sure. Wukong is really doing work here. I really want to point out, Wukong is really doing work. His item choice, by the way, is actually really good because in 4 versus 5 situations, you cannot afford to sort of forgo damage for tankiness. You need all the damage you can get 4 versus 5. I think if it had built like a Warmarks or something instead of one of these items, that we wouldn't have won this game as close. We wouldn't have won this game at the end of the game. He wouldn't have had the damage to kill. So here we push through, and I guess we just end the game here. Now, I'd like to stop quickly and sort of analyze why we won. And basically, we won because we allowed me and Wukong to get farmed enough to just be stupidly strong. And obviously the enemy team made quite a few mistakes because there was no reason for them to chase us in a lot of situations that they chased us in. But in lower elo games, you're going to find that people do this quite often. And honestly, like, if you can split push and make people come to you and make stupid mistakes, it's the best way to win games, basically. So, thanks for watching this video, and hopefully you learned a little bit about how to win 4 versus 5. Obviously, this isn't like a 100% foolproof method, because otherwise you'd use it for 5v5 and you'd never lose. But hopefully you can watch this video and go over something to sort of think about, and next time you get stuck into a 4v5 situation, you won't be like, oh my god, I can't win, blah blah blah, and just give up, because this is proof, I guess, that 4 versus 5 does work. However, you do kind of need a specific team comp to do it, and I think having Wukong ultimate, Tarak ultimate, everything else just kind of combines into the perfect 4v4, and taking someone out that quick is really, really good. Thanks again for watching this video.